Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April the 17th. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We are in the CL2 contract because we are in the midst of contract roll, and TrendSpider doesn't normally pop it right over to C1. So we got a couple of different lines. I'll go through them. 84 seems to be a really fair support line here. We can see that the buyers are coming in. I'm starting with oil and gold for the next few days as people get nervous about geopolitical risk and saber rattling. I'm always going to go to those instruments that should fire the warning shots to investors and traders. And so far, we don't see much of anything, and that makes me continue to believe that the powers that be are handling these things in their back channels the best way that they know how. All right. Well, we hope they're doing it in their best way, but very few people seem to be operating at their best selves lately, so maybe we'll leave that as a question mark. In the event that this begins to bounce off of 84, 85.50 remains resistance. All right, let's slip to the CL1, just in case some of us are still trading this contract that is about to expire. We can see that the prices are still in a relative bounce zone, a little bit deeper, but still holding. This is really where they're trying to hang on to. And so that will be the zone that we need to see, 84.70. If it loses that 70, it should go to 84.30. You guys know that I like to look at the 30s and the 70s, and that gives me a good event to watch for the bounce patterns, right, before they get to the zeros, like 84 and 01 and that sort of thing. All right, so bounces are still sell zones. That's the broad premise. Bounces are still sell zones, but we are at the bounce area, so this could be a buying opportunity with very limited risk. All right, let's take a look at gold next. Gold rolls every 3 months, and as opposed to oil, which rolls every month. So we're still in this first space. Again, it's creeping up. There's no doubt about it. But it's really not creeping up with any kind of size, right? And I don't think it's showing fear. I don't. Now, do you want to short this? Well, Coach Jay, Top Step TV, had a great short through his segment. I think he shorted like 24.10 or something like that, and it came in just beautifully and faded. And so that is probably the place that we would look for volume, saying, hey, listen, I don't want to hold up here, and then the loss of these prior days opens. This is what's fighting right now. We can't really see it on this picture, can we? Let's go over here. It's a little bit barcoding, so let's pop those indicators out. And you can see, that's Morse code, you can see that it's sitting right in a zone where the traders are thinking to themselves, yeah, maybe I want to, maybe I don't. What the heck's going on there? But this area here, as long as it does not breach 24.10, this price action should come back into the box. All right? And the base of the box has been a buy zone. If it comes into the box and starts to fade, you can sell it to the bottom and then hold the top. The trend is upside. Let's hop to the ES. Excuse me. And let's go to the day. It's very different when we don't have our indicators on, right? So this is the line in the sand I really believe the price action is going to hold. This is a range box. Buyers have come in here very steadily. And when you see daily price action like this and weekly price action also showing these edges, resolution in this area takes a long time. And so this is what we have to think about. We don't go, oh, it lost this, now it's going here. Listen, it could easily come to 50.66, but the point I'm trying to make is this. Traders spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10 trading days touching this region. And so we have to expect that this is going to be a place that will take a fair bit of price resolution. Today, the alert we want to look at is the 76 area, right? We lose that zone. We know we've got 10 points to the south potentially, and we're going to have to watch out for that. What do the traders want to do? The traders want to get up over this, well, the buyers. The buyers want to get up and over that edge. They just simply do not want to stay below this area. They don't. And if they do, it's going to be another hacksaw event, right? And very, very troubling for many of us. Sorry about the frog that just hopped into my throat. Not sure what's going on there, besides my terminal allergy event. All right, if we are looking at trading formations, take a look at this. This is what we've had to deal with over the last few days. It's pretty awful, I would say. But as we know, when we're sitting in this range, we can sell the tops, buy the bottoms. All right, I'll put another alert here in this zone. And if we do add back our indicators, we can see that we've got some expanding volatility, but it's almost better in this case because we're doing so much sideways behavior that we actually see it for what it is. All right, please do not freak out and don't go buy a bunch of puts that are going to expire worthless. Okay, I'm just saying, not a lot of people on board with me on this one, but I'm telling you, I've been around the block a time or two, and it looks a certain way. And this is not that way. It does not look that way at this time. When it begins to look that way, I will definitely change my tune. But as of now, my dips are buy zones, very key support formations. Take a look at this. That's a little bit of a doji. If we go to the indicators and we take a look at volume, yesterday's volume, which was a doji, was a little bit more than all the sellers behind there. And this one really is the volume area we want to watch. And so we got to get up over 18,055, right? We have an alert here and we're really trying to get through it. Before that is 17,946. At this juncture, traders are trying to get themselves up over this edge. The NQ can bolt like a mad beast. So you want to be super careful. If it pops out of this edge, let it fall back in the channel before you go short, unless, you want to tempt fate and you just watch it go up the channel and start to lose its edges. Okay, that's going to be key. But this is the box that's being traded right now, and it's a lift off of the low. Let's look at the YM. Oh, wait, I need to give you the levels. Let's go to the daily. Make sure that you can see these price action events, right? Support, 818. Resistance at the first pass, 950. And if it holds this edge, it's going to walk up this candlestick wall of worry, which, could be down here where the high there was, or it could be way up here or up here. The bottom line is this. Buyers are going to try and do their best to recover. And so 18,000 looks like that number they want to breach and start to hold so the price action moves to the north. All right, then we'll take a look at the YM. All right, here is the YM coming up into this 38,217. Well, so far it's inside, but you can see they're trying to recover. I tried to pick the bottom here a couple of times. I came in too early, right? But we can clearly see that it did hold the framework, and it did do a pretty nice job of popping off of that wick right there, right? Which is sort of in the middle of this heavy congestion zone. What are they trying to do? They're trying to get up and stay up over 38,217. So here's the thing. Do you want to buy the dip? Yeah, I do want to buy the dip. I'd love to see it come in, test 37,985 again, and then let me have the long walk up there. But right now, it's sitting at this 38,080, and it's trying to get up over the close of yesterday, right? Some days it's just good to do an analysis with just the price action, just the candlesticks. Remember the storyboard. Oh, take a look. Look at our 30-minute formations. Are we making, goodness, are we making higher lows? Yes, we are. So if we stop doing that, there's a problem, right? So we're making higher lows. Are we making higher highs? Well, no, because we're in a range. But if we continue to make higher lows, it's going to break out of this range formation and it's going to head to, let's put that right there. It's going to head to the further edges of resistance. And it easily continue to walk up in the space. But this is the box that this price action is in. And so if it breaks this line, it's headed to the bottom of the box more than likely. And if it holds this line, it's going to break out of the box more than likely. All right, let's take a look at SPY. Remember, if you want to know what your candles are going to do in the present state, simply look at the candles prior. All right, and so if we take a peek at what's happening here, yes, it's by the bounce zone, trying to get up over the close of yesterday after gapping down and then moving up. We really have nothing on the docket. We had the EIA at 10:30, Beige Book at 2, and then, 2 more Fed speakers that are auditioning for their next place of employ. So if we take a peek at this line here at this 505, it is a beautiful clean line. So holding up over it is going to be really good news for these guys, but it could be sideways and choppy, right? It could be sideways and choppy. This is the box that is below here. It goes all the way to 495 and then some. Really, it goes to, right, 494. And so we'll watch out for that very significantly, right? Is this a buy the dip event? I think it is, until it loses 502.20. If it loses that after 2 days of trying to hold on, that would be yesterday and the pre-market today, we have a dip to fill the gap in at 500. All right, but I'm expecting they hold, try to bounce, and then fade a bit. If we do have the place where inflation allows the Fed to cut rates, we're going to bounce right up to the top of the channel. Right now, this is just a mess of sideways pressure, and so we're going to have to be careful about that. Is this a buying formation in the Qs? I say yes, right? Just so long as it does not lose 428.80, it's in really good shape. Is it an inside candlestick? Yes. Do they need to get above 432? Yes. If they don't, guess what? If they can't get above 432, we are going to chop around and potentially head back into these wick areas, right? For now, this is a good shorting zone, but if it keeps holding these higher areas in the body of the candlestick, we've got ourselves another upside surprise potentially. But I think people are basically tentative right there. Okay, that's it for me today. I'll see you on the platforms.